name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today is another Fix It video, and in this video we're going to be trying to fix this vintage Action GT Space Attack game. It says here from 1983, and it was up for $9.99. I watched the listing, and then the next day it came in at, I think it was a 45 or 50% discount or something. I paid, including postage, £9.45 in total for it. So not too bad, a bit of a discount there. And it just says here, a few pictures, and it just says condition not working correctly, all pieces are there, no instructions included, box has some damage. Let's open it up and see exactly what's wrong with it. There we go, right, that box certainly looks 80s, doesn't it? So now, fight off the lightning alien attacks. Oh, do you know when I first of all put the, when I bought it on eBay, I thought that there was air coming up, but it's not, is it? You just turn this, spins this really fast, releases it, and it just keeps spinning, and then you whack it round. I mistakenly thought it was air. I thought this might be an electronic fix, but it's not. It's going to be a mechanical one, isn't it? Still, a mechanical fix might be more interesting. Oh, this goes this way. Hold on. This goes this way to keep this in place. So, what is wrong with this? It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. Right, that's in. Ah, right. Is this even going to be fixable? Is this worn down here? Just going to get my eye loop. I think what's happened is these edges have just worn down. Yeah, that's what it is. Right, let's zoom right in. Right, if you look at the edges there, can you see they should be, I presume, coming up and at a little bit of a right angle, so it's coming straight out. So that's just worn down over the years, and they should fit into this bit in here. So somehow I need to try and get the lead to come back up this way. I wonder, could I make it thinner and longer? Because it doesn't really need to be thick, does it? As long as it fits in here. As long as it fits in that, it doesn't really need to be thick. Yeah, the bottom's spinning fine. It's just this that's the problem. Yeah, so it doesn't generate up enough speed to fling it off here. This needs to be going at some velocity to actually play the game. Right, okay. Yeah, it's not going to really be a very good fix, is it? I don't even know if I'm going to be able to fix it. Now, how am I going to do this? Should I try some soldering tweezers? I don't even know at what temperature lead melts. Is this even lead? Looks like lead. But saying that, it's too hard, isn't it? No, that's too hard to be lead. How am I going to do this? Now, I've just got the soldering iron heating up. I don't actually think this is going to work, but I'll give it a go. If not, I'm going to have to try to build it up with, I don't know, super glue or something? Super glue, baking soda? Who knows? Anyway, let's, just for curiosity, let's see how this works here. Now, recently, haven't actually done the video yet, but I fixed a wind-up torch. So I already know what's going to be in here. It's going to be a series of gears going from, I forget now, is it small to large or large to small? So it will be big, go into the middle one. Yeah, so it's going to be a big gear, go into probably the small off another gear, which has a big gear underneath it, go into another small off another gear with a big gear underneath it. So one revolution of this would be, for example, maybe like 30 or 40 or 50 revolutions of this. So you can see now how much that's spinning here. So it's just a gearbox. So let's just see how much we have to go for one revolution. There you go, that's one revolution. You can see it's hardly moved at all. And another revolution. Yeah, so you're probably going to be getting about 50 or so of them. So when we move this once, this is quite hard to turn, and this moves incredibly easy. Yeah. So let's have a little look at the bottom. Okay, so you can see what happens here. When we turn the handle here, it turns this. So you've got the big gear going onto the small gear. Small gear is already moulded onto a big gear, which goes onto another small gear, moulded onto the big gear, which goes onto a small gear. So every one revolution of this is doing much more revolutions of this gear, yeah, which in turn is turning the big gear much more, which is in turning this much more revolutions, which in turn is turning the big gear, which is turning this much more revolutions. Okay. Well, let's put it back together because this bit appears to be working fine. Right, let's see now if this is any bit meltable at all. I don't think this is going to work. I'm not even sure what material this is. But as well as that, the whole thing's just acting as a big heat sink. I can just feel this getting hotter and hotter. No, I'm wasting my time on that. That's not going to make any difference whatsoever. Now, what can I do? It's hot. Look, it's still red hot at the moment, but if I was to just keep on squeezing this, that should make it thinner and then bigger up the top. And get some long nose and go at the very bottom. That's working. Look at that. It's bringing it up. I'll probably make it razor sharp now, and everybody will be cutting their fingers off. Right, that's definitely further out. Now, let's see if it's going to make any difference, and then I can worry about neatening it up and maybe blunting off the edges. Still doesn't want to stay, does it? Nope. Try bending this down a bit. Comes straight off. I wonder why this top one hasn't got a little groove in for it to sit in. You know, a little groove, and then it can still slide out this way. Do you know what? I'm not 100% convinced that that is the problem. There doesn't seem to be any magnetism here. Maybe I should watch a review. I'm wondering if this should be a magnet. onto here. I wonder, has it lost this magnetism? There you go, it's getting better. Do you know what it is? It's lost its magnetism. And then the idea is you have to hit it either through here, here, here or here, not in the middle. Right, let's get the IPA out and give this a good clean. I think it's a couple of things. I think it hasn't helped that that's been worn down, but I think it's either, I think it might be just dirt build up here and it's not sticking to this well enough. Right, that's definitely shinier now. Let's see if it's more sticky now. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, right, okay. I'm going to give it a clean up. What else am I going to do? I think I'm going to take off this board here. It seems to be a bit bowed in the middle because this needs to be completely flat. Otherwise, it's just going to want to sit in the middle here. Right. Also, I better smooth these off a bit.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our faces.
So I suppose we want that to be as smooth as possible so it can spin for the longest time on here, and we also need this to be as smooth as possible. And at the moment there's a lot of scratches on here when you look at it in the light. See?
Looking for in life, call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So I suppose to make it the most fun, it really needs to spin for as long as possible.
Before sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but
I've just got a little bit of wet and dry paper there. So now let's gently rub the bottom of this on there.
you and I, we got it. We don't need no more.
Yeah, hopefully that will work. Right, let's polish up this bottom plate now. So I'm going to be using some of this. It's plastic polish.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm.
Oh, it certainly feels more skiddy now. I can feel that. The cloth's just kind of skipping over it. Just keep buffing it for a while. Right, I think that will do. Right, and I'm going to put it back together. Right, here goes. Let's see if it's going to work or not. There we go. Right, let me bring it downstairs and set it up, and I'll have a game with my son. Actually, before the game, I should be putting some gear in the gearbox because it does sound a little bit grating. I'm just going to use some of this Molykote EM30L. I've put the grease in the gearbox, and also if you have a look at the cover here, can you see that the actual alien ship here is all shiny, like it's chrome plated? Yet this one was completely dull, so what I did is I just got some Brasso and I just rubbed it around the place. And it's brought it up a little bit, but that will never be chrome plated. I'm wondering whether some were shipped with chrome plated ones and then maybe others weren't, or possibly the chrome plated might be just for the box because it looks nice. What else have I done? More importantly, I've been messing around with this and it spends most of its time just kind of going round the middle bit here. But what I did is to make it better, because you need to get a lot of speed on. So you remember I've tried to make the bottom here a little bit more bigger, more grip on here. I've also got the soldering iron. I just did this off camera, and I just tapped each of these little ones in here to try to make the walls stick up a little bit more, because there was quite a lot of wear, so you have to be able to have this loose enough so that it can go down over this pole, but the walls looked a little bit worn, which is going to happen because it's plastic against metal. So by doing that, I've definitely got more speed on it now. And as well as that, when you're spinning it, it's a little bit wobbly, and that's because there's quite a lot of wear on this actual axle here. If you look at the wear on the axle there, and that's because underneath here has a bit of a crack on it. So I've tried to put a little bit of super glue on it, but I know that's not going to work. But anyway, it doesn't really matter because it appears to be working pretty good. So I'm going to get my son in here now and show you a little bit of gameplay. I'm going to get Ben to do the cranking, and then I'll do the release, and I have to get it in here and here to get a goal. He has to get it in here and here. And there is only a very small bit you can get it through. It's not the whole section. There's a cutout on the top here that you have to get it through, so it's quite hard to get a goal. Sometimes it releases itself. Now, that was perfect. We should just do one and call it a day because we've never had one as good as that. But let's do one more and you'll probably see it will just hover around the middle being boring. Oh, 1-1. We're actually making this game look good. I forgot to do my goal down here. Last one. This is a decider. Sometimes when you trap it like that, then what happens is it just gets caught and it takes all the power out. Really go for it. Oh! But then it's good to have a draw.
Yeah.
1-1. So yeah, is the game any good? Not really. I don't really. I suppose the idea behind it's okay. It's just that it's annoying. I mean, I'm going to show you one more time, just to show you it hitting in the. So you're hovering around the middle. So a lot of the time, let me do it. So look, you see. Can you see now? It would just kind of stay there. So I know in the previous goes it didn't do that. But often it will do that, and then it just runs out of steam, you see. But remember, when it was new, this would have been more balanced because bits have come off it. This would have been perfect here, and I think more importantly, this would have been perfectly smooth and perfectly flat. I still think, although I try to straighten out, I still think there's a tiny little bend, and that's why it gravitates towards hitting the middle there. See, even now it looks better, doesn't it? You see? So yeah, I'm probably not giving it a fair go because it is now 37 years old. But still, the fix, there wasn't really much of a fix, was it? Just a bit of a clean. bent up the metal a little bit. I suppose the bottom line is it wasn't working, and now it is working as a toy. It's just, I don't think it's going to be a toy that's really going to be used. But anyway, hopefully it might have brought back some memories to some people, because I'm sure a lot of you had this when you were younger. So if you got any enjoyment from it, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe for more Trying to Fix videos. Take care. Bye now.